Hello, my lovelies. The live video is just starting on Facebook, but we are live here on YouTube already, which is very exciting for day 3 of the Wealth Activation Week. Today, we are going to be talking about very specifically how you behave within your relationship with money. And it's something that, like, the way we do money is the way we do everything. So when we look at how we are in a relationship, we can often mirror that in our relationship with money. So what we are going to do today is firstly acknowledge that I'm trying out a new background. Don't know how that's going. Let me know if you like it. um, but first of all, let's just do a quick recap. Yesterday, we worked on releasing the guilt and shame that often surrounds our relationship with money. And today we're actually going to look at the dynamics of how we engage with money itself. It's like any other relationship, our connection with money can be healthy and grounded and steady, or it can swing between being overly clingy and completely avoidant. Okay. So the way you relate to money is a reflection of your internal state, okay, and how you think and feel about yourself. So don't underestimate the depth of this work. If you think, well, I'm avoidant when it comes to looking at money, where are you avoiding looking at yourself from the inside? Okay. And when we understand this, we actually start to bring more balance into your life when it comes to money. Okay. So today we are going to identify your current relationship with money and start shifting towards it being a more grounded and empowered place. Now, we work specifically on creating a grounded, empowered relationship with money in Money Alchemy Academy. Um, so if you want to go deeper on this, let me know. Just drop me a DM. That is currently available for £3,333. There are payment plans available. But for today, we're just going to scratch the surface. And I know you're going to get loads from this, whether you've heard me talk about this before or whether you're new to this type of work. So, welcome everyone. If you don't know me yet, I'm Eloise Burton. I'm the Money Alchemist. I am a money energy coach and therapist. So I do both coaching and therapy on money. Um, Money is something that is incredibly deep and it is coded right into our system, our nervous system, our energetic system, into our soul. And a lot of the work I do with my one to one clients and my Wealthy Within group clients, we work on releasing that programming, that hard wiring. Because even though it's hardwired, it can be changed. It just takes a lot more focus. So for me personally, I used to be the clingy one with money. I would constantly worry about it. Now, this happened only after I'd been completely avoidant. I went through a phase of being really avoidant with money, and that ended up in me losing my house. I had it repossessed or foreclosed, as you call it in North America. Um, so I started out being very avoidant, and then I swang completely the other way, and then I started constantly worrying about money, and I was a little bit obsessed with like every penny. You know, they say, you know, look after the pennies and the pounds look after themselves. Like I just felt really scared that there was never going to be enough. And guess what happened? It never felt like there was enough. I always felt like, even when I was working 3 jobs at a time, I always felt like I didn't have enough. The truth of the matter, as I look back now, is there was always enough. Money has always supported me. I say always, there may have been 1 or 2 occasions where perhaps it didn't, but in the main, we're talking 99.9% of the time, money has been there for me. Yeah. So that was what we talked about on day 1, is understanding that money has been there for us all of this time, and we spend so much time worrying about money. Yeah, being really clingy with it. Um, and that creates a really strange energy, as does being avoidant of money. Okay, the truth is that the healthiest relationship, whether it's with money or a person, is a grounded one. Okay. It's a relationship where you are present, where you are connected and calm. Yeah. And today we're going to be bringing some more awareness to your own patterns so that you can move towards that grounded relationship. Who's up for that? Just let me know in the comments. Just going to switch over to Facebook. Joanne likes my fancy background. Hello, hello. Yeah, Leslie says I'm an avoider. And the background's cool, isn't it, Lisa? Yeah, yeah. Connected and calm sounds fab. Yeah. And we can start working on that today. Okay. We're not going to get there today, but we're going to start working on it. And as I've said to you before, money work is like yoga. You have to be committed, you have to be in a committed relationship and work on this being grounded together. Okay. It doesn't just happen. Like you don't just bump into someone and everything's wonderful for the rest of your lives. It doesn't work like that. Even the best relationships have ups and downs. Right. So money is like any other relationship. I want you to remember this. I talk a lot about money being a feminine being and how we're actually building that relationship with that feminine being. It makes us feel like she is a person, less of a tool, less of a cold transactional thing. And so I want you to, if you haven't heard about my way of doing things, firstly, definitely grab a copy of my book. At the moment, my books are on a bit of a special offer because of the background, it's hard to see. There we go. Bit of a special offer. The book is free on my website, which is the magicofmoneyalchemy.com. And because I'm getting married in 2 weeks, people, 2 weeks, I am adding a gorgeous bookmark into every book that's ordered from my website. Now, you can also order it on Audible and also Amazon, but I won't be able to send you a bookmark. So it's only if you buy it at the magicofmoneyalchemy.com. Okay, so this will help you understand what a relationship with money can look like and how to do it. Okay, but as I said, money is like any other relationship, it requires attention, it requires presence, it requires balance, it requires awareness. And like any other relationship, you are going to make mistakes. Yeah. And luckily, money is highly evolved, highly emotional intelligent, and she is so incredible that she is just there for you. The love that money has for you in this relationship is unconditional. The only condition that exists is the condition that you put on yourself. Okay? Money is there for you. Money is open. Money wants to be with you. All right? She wants to spend time with you. Okay. And if you push her away or you get a little bit clingy, she's going to be like, hang on a minute, that's not healthy. Now, I know that's a very simplistic way of thinking about it, but I tell you what, this has helped me so incredibly much. And I know that it helps so many people. Yeah. So start thinking about money as a feminine being and start thinking about your relationship with money as though it was a close friendship or a love relationship. Okay. For those of you that love the energy work, money, when you work with money the way we do in Money Alchemy, it comes in on the same vibration as love. Yeah. As love, and the angels come in on that vibration as well. Yeah. So just know that. It's a very high vibration energy to work with. In fact, I would argue that it's not an energy, it's a vehicle for energy, but that's a different training. Let's just simplify it and say it comes in on the same vibration as love. Okay. So there are three types of relationship with money. Okay. Um, there may be more, but the way that I've worked it out, there's three. Okay. So the first one is clingy. This is where, oh, I've definitely been clingy. Like I said, I've been both avoidant and clingy. So, clingy is like obsessive and fearful. All right. And signs that you have a clingy, obsessive, and fearful relationship with money are that you constantly check your bank account. Now, I know one of my incredible clients is, well, several of my incredible clients are what we call an accumulator, which is a type of money personality. And when she is in balance, money flows, and I get messages saying, "Oh, I've been really good. I haven't been checking my bank account every 5 minutes." And then when it starts to like get a little bit squeaky for her, because it is an ebb and flow, like I said, it is a relationship and there are ups and downs. She's like, I'm back to checking my bank accounts every 5 minutes. Yeah. So if you constantly check your bank accounts worrying that there's not enough, then that is a sign that you are being clingy in your relationship. Now, it is good practice to check your bank accounts, really good practice. However, if you're doing it several times a day and you're worrying, it's not healthy. Okay. It's like everything is about having a balance. You might find that you have intense fear, guilt, or shame around spending money. Who here has that? Who feels bad about spending money, even if it's on things that you need or enjoy? A lot of nurturer personalities find that they feel okay about spending money on others, but if they think about spending money on themselves, it's not something that they feel very comfortable with. Okay. Now, the other thing that is a sign that you've got a clingy, obsessive, fearful relationship with money is that you have this overwhelming, like, feeling of scarcity, even when money comes in, and it's like it's not enough, or what if I lose it, or what if something happens? Um, One thing that we often get taught is to save for a rainy day. That is like, we can't let it go in case we have a bad day, right? And then it says, I'd feel guilty when I spend something for myself. Yeah. Yeah, even if you need it, right? Okay. I here's a this is one thing that I talk to my clients about, and that is your underwear drawer. Okay. I can tell a lot about your relationship with money from your underwear drawer. Now, it's not like I am going and looking at people's underwear drawers. Don't think that. But if I was to say to you, Um, hmm, okay, so one sign that you might be in a clingy, obsessive, fearful relationship with money, and like I said, it's to do with your underwear drawer, is that maybe you have underwear that is a little bit saggy because it's so old. Perhaps the elastic's gone or going. If they're meant to be white, maybe they're gray, or sometimes they maybe even have holes in them. And I'm not talking about your leg and bottoms, like I'm talking like holes in your underwear. I catch myself doing this from time to time. I haven't caught myself for a long time because it hasn't happened. But about 2 years ago, I posted a picture of a pair of knickers that I'd put on, just showing my side, and there was a hole in it. And my immediate thought was, "Oh, it's fine. They'll last a little while longer." And then I was like, "No, like my underwear's got holes in it. I need some more underwear." And I went up to literally just went up to Matalan, um, at the end of the road, and I think I bought 6 pairs for a tenner or something like that. And do you know what? Even though it was 6 pairs for a tenner, I felt so good putting them on. I felt so abundant knowing that I didn't have holes from wear and saggy elastic just from buying a 6 pack of underwear. And that whole, well, "Ugh, I've got holes in my underwear, I can wait." But if you saw your kids or your partner with holes in their underwear, you'd change it, right? You'd find the money and you would spend it. Mark, my soon to be husband, has this thing with wearing socks until they're dead. Sometimes there are more holes in his sock than there is sock. And I hate it. I hate it. I will say to him, buy some more socks or I'll buy them for you. But with me, at that time, having holes in my underwear, I was scared. I was scared of spending that money on myself. Yeah. Ruth also has bras that she'll never wear. Yeah. I realized one time that all my underwear was 50 shades of grey and not in a good or sexy way. Yeah, Ruth, if you find something comfortable, I totally get that. This isn't about being comfortable. This is about like understanding whether this is about, is it that you're not spending because they're comfortable, genuinely comfortable, or is it because is it because you've got that clinginess when it comes to spending money on yourself? So who here recognizes the clingy, obsessive, fearful relationship with money and themselves? I definitely cycle through this. It's definitely, so when I started, it was like mountains, and now it's more like this, which is much better. Who recognizes clingy, obsessive, and fearful as their relationship type with money? Yeah, great point, right? He would never wear anything with holes or buttons or rips. Yeah, he would throw them out. Yeah, well, why shouldn't he, right? Rebecca. The underwear drawer is a revelation, a scary one, but a revelation nonetheless. I always feel better when I have new underwear. And what happens, Rebecca, is you have new underwear on, and only you know about it, but you sit differently, you stand differently, you walk differently, your energy is different, and you become more attractive, not because you've got new underwear, but because your energy is aligned completely differently, because you treated yourself to s- less, to more than substandard underwear. You feel like, oh, this is amazing, right? I'm glad that was a revelation. I know, like, oh, I told you, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah, I never saw it that way before. Yeah. Yeah. It's really interesting, isn't it? Yeah. Mel says this one's ringing bells. Lorraine says me. Annette says me. Yeah. Yeah. Getting better at coming out of scarcity. Yeah. Well done. I have the same. I've done the same after I heard you talking about that. Threw away the not good enough. Yes. Yes. Okay, so the next type of relationship that you can have with money is aloof. I love this word, aloof. I was always told I was aloof. Some people still say I'm aloof. I can be aloof. I think as an introvert, aloofness is, yeah, it's part of how we're seen sometimes. But aloof basically means avoidant or detached, okay? And I've definitely been this in relationship with money. So some signs that you might be aloof in your relationship with money are you avoid looking at your finances because it makes you anxious. That's how I lost my house, and I know now. It's taken me a long time to be able to fully look at that, but I know now that had I just looked at my bank account in that time, and let's face it, they don't just repossess houses. It's months. It's months. I mean, I think it was almost a year from when it started to go wrong for me to when they actually took my house. Yeah. So I, in that year, did not look at my finances once. I have been that person. I'm gonna come back to that example actually, and I know for a fact now that had I simply looked at my bank account, I could have prevented that, and that house would probably either have made me money or be making me money right now. I would be in a much better financial situation had I just looked at my money. That's what being aloof, avoidant, and detached did for me. I used to be, I'm coming back to that one that I started having a thought about. I used to be the person who would go to a checkout in a shop, and I would, this was before chip and pin, I'd put my card in the machine, I'd enter my, not chip and pin, sorry, before tap and go. I'd put my card into the machine and I would put my pin in, and I would literally be crossing my fingers and saying a prayer. I'm not religious, but every time I use my card, I was saying a prayer. Is it going to let is it going to let me spend on this card? And if it did, then there was more anxiety because at that time we didn't have real time balances. So your bank would let you go overdrawn without even knowing that you're overdrawn. So you could spend £200 and your balance still said £10. Yeah. So, and I used to use that as an excuse. I was like, well, it wouldn't, it shouldn't let me pay for it if it can't, if I haven't got the money. So I put that all of that power outside of myself. Yeah. I used to ignore bills. I never opened bills. I just used to throw them in the bin. And yeah, literally, I had no clue what I was spending. I'm not a big fan of budgeting, but I do feel like you need to know what your expenditure is, even if it's just a number. And like, I just literally ignored it all. I had no clue what was coming into my bank account. I had no clue what was going out of my bank account. I didn't know what the bills were for. I literally was just like fingers in ears, eyes covered, la 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 la. I lost my house. I got £100,000 in debt. I had to work 3 jobs, and I got myself in a state where I was struggling. Yeah. Yeah, Mel says been there too. Unopened letters, hiding from bailiffs at the door. Exactly, right? It's terrifying. Yeah. Um, my husband is like that. How can I train him to not be angry at him because of that? So when it comes to other people's money mindset, that is a journey. There is a module on that in the Money Alchemy Academy. I did a live call on that to help with that. This is a big thing, but basically you can't change him. You can't change anyone. They have to change themselves, and that's not an easy process. But what you can be is the example. You can be the example so they go, how are you doing that? How did you manage that? What did you do? And then you just got to hope that they're going to come to it. Okay. But in Money Alchemy Academy, there is a whole masterclass on dealing with other people's money mindset. Okay. And what you need to do, sorry, what you need to do as much as possible, if you've got someone like that, is kind of extrapolate. I would recommend, and I'm not a financial advisor, but I would recommend extrapolate your finances as much as possible without, you know, if one person can't be responsible, to me, if I couldn't be responsible, I wouldn't expect Mark to have his money with me. So it's about having a courageous conversation as well. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Anyway, so so you just hope that money will sort itself out, so you don't really engage with it. But you just ignore it, and that creates this block, and you're not actively participating into the flow of your life. And all of this is you putting your power outside of yourself. Yeah. When you don't open the bills, you're like, oh, if I don't open it, it doesn't exist. When you don't open the door to the bailiffs, if I don't open it, they can't come in. When you don't check your bank accounts, if I don't check, then I won't know. It's like something else has power over you rather than you taking the power back yourself. Aloof is completely disempowered, and clingy is like almost like that toxic. Um, it's almost like stalking energy. Yeah, and then the next one is grounded. This is the middle ground. Now, you are going to go one way or the other sometimes, but what the goal is to be mostly grounded and notice when you start tipping either way. Grounded is balanced and present, and it feels safe. The thing is, it takes a little while to feel safe because it's new to your subconscious mind. Ways that you know that your money relationship is balanced is you actually feel calm about checking your accounts and making financial decisions. I love looking at my bank account. I don't do it obsessively. I love moving the money around. I have a little spreadsheet where I just check off what's gone out. I love doing that. I like seeing how my account's doing. I like seeing what's in there, what's come in, seeing if there's any nice surprises coming in. And it also helps me understand if I'm paying enough attention, because if I'm not paying enough attention, I get surprises of money going out. If you are surprised by money going out, you aren't paying it enough attention. Okay. So you are definitely in the aloof, attached, of avoidant or detached stage if you get surprised by money going out. If it's coming in, it's like you should know what's coming in, but I'm just like, it's fine, I'll just take that. It's really cool. Okay. So, oh, actually, if you got money coming in and it's a surprise, and if your immediate thought is, oh crap, oh shit, where's that come from? What if that's a mistake and I might have to give it back? That's in that clingy or obsessive phase. Yeah. So you're like, oh my God, where's it come from? You almost can't believe that it's for you, right? So grounded, balanced, and present. This is the goal, right? You feel, like I said, you feel calm when you check your accounts. You think, oh, something's gone wrong. It's okay. It's okay. I've got a buffer for that, or I know where that money's coming from. You just like you gracefully handle the financial stuff. And you just know that money is available to support you. I know that money comes into my bank account every single day. It hasn't always been like that, but I've built my business in such a way that every single day money comes into my business and into my bank account. Okay, because I engage with it regularly and I don't avoid it and I don't stress out about it. People often say to me, how do you stop stressing? Well, it is a practice. And I'm going to say this to you, right? Stressing and worrying about money it's like a rocking chair. Right? It gives you something to do, it doesn't get you anywhere. So why not do something else? Yeah, why not do something else? No amount of worry or stress is going to change what's going to happen. Yeah. So that was a big learning for me. Right, I'm back. Hopefully, I'm coming back on Facebook. Yeah, I don't know what happened then. This is the second time that's happened today, which is a bit annoying, but hopefully, I am back with you. Let's just check. Yeah, let me know if I'm back. Let me know if I'm back. Let's have a look. Looks like it might have dropped. Oh, there we go. It is back. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. So hopefully I'm back. Let me know if you can see me. Do you know, I thought it might because I get really like this buzz of energy when I do this work and it always seems to break the internet. That's what I'm claiming it is. Okay, so I was talking about I was talking about making decisions from a place of clarity and alignment. And you just learn to trust when you're balanced and present in your relationship with money, to just trust that ebb and flow, that some days will be better than other days, but you know that it's going to come back. And as I mentioned, like I get money flowing every day. Sometimes it's big chunks of money, sometimes it's small chunks of money, and everything in between. And that just keeps, that's the ebb and flow. You're never going to get like every single day it's going to be the exact same amount of money. It just doesn't work like that. But when you can hold space for the ebbs and flows, that's when it actually starts to speed up, because you're not dropping into aloofness when everything's going well, or clinginess when things aren't going so well. Okay, so sorry about that, my lovelies. Jumped around a bit, didn't it? Okay, so when you're grounded with money, this allows money to flow into your life with so much more ease. When we're grounded, everything is easier. When we're stressed out, when we're avoidant, nothing is easy because we're trying to maintain those polarities. But being grounded, being centered in our relationship, you are present and engaged without attaching any fear or any avoidance. It's just like, okay, let's deal with this. Okay, let's deal with this. And there's no emotion behind it as such. Okay. So I would like to get you to, we've done some questions in the live. So we're going to do a little visualization to just help you shift that into more being grounded. And you can come back and watch this. The replay will be available for a week or so, probably a bit longer because I'm going away. So do please come and watch it again. So let's take a nice deep breath in, remembering to breathe into your belly. Your belly should expand when you breathe in, and just let it go out. Let your belly collapse. And I know some people might think I'm stating the bleeding obvious when I talk about this breath, but we often forget, especially when we're stressed, we often forget that we should be breathing in and our tummy should be expanding. I often used to breathe in and my tummy would go in. So think about that. Keep breathing. Don't wait for me to tell you to breathe. So let's take another deep breath in. And when you feel called, breathe out and let your eyes close. If you don't want your eyes to close, just allow the focus to soften. You're only going to need to hear me. You don't need to see me. Okay. So if you found in our call today that you are more clingy, I want you to imagine yourself clinging to this beautiful feminine being, holding on tight, afraid that she'll leave you. Feel how tense and uncomfortable that is. Feel how strange that feels. Just notice what that feels like to you and as an observer. And if you are aloof in your relationship with money, just imagine yourself standing far away, barely acknowledging that beautiful money goddess's existence. Yeah, she's trying to catch your eye, and you just turn away from her. Yeah, I can't even see you. Yeah. How does that feel for you and an observer? Notice the distance between you. And now I want you to shift the energy, and both, whether you are clingy or aloof, just imagine standing close to our beautiful money, feminine being, goddess, standing close to her, feeling calm, feeling grounded, feeling safe in her energy, knowing that she's here for you and you don't need to worry and you don't need to ignore or avoid her. She's not going anywhere. Feel your feet planted on the ground. Breathe deeply. You're not clinging or avoiding. You're simply present. Allow yourself to relax into that feeling, into that space, feeling steady, grounded, and confident. Money is here supporting you, holding you in her energy. Breathe that feeling in. Feel the space in your heart open up. And just stay in this grounded feeling for a moment and just notice how much your body relaxes and how much lighter you feel. Take another deep breath in. Notice the space around your heart. Just feel your legs pressing on the chair or the bed, wherever you are. Come back into your body. Have a little stretch and return. And let me know in the comments how it felt to just simply be with money rather than stressing and clinging or avoiding and dismissing. And whilst you're doing that, I'll just recap what we've done today. So today we've looked at different types of relationships that we have with money and looked at how to shift that using that visualization. Firstly, as always, it's about awareness. What are you actually like in your relationship with money? Yeah. And think about how that feels as someone on the receiving end. So if someone is clingy or avoidant, what does that feel like in your relationship? And understand, have some empathy for how money as an evolved being might be thinking and feeling. She will always be there for you, but the relationship has to be healthy for you to connect. And the more grounded you are in your connection with money, the easier that flows to you. So for the rest of today and tomorrow until our next live, I want you to notice your patterns with money. Every time you engage with money, whether it's spending money, saving money, or even thinking about it, just pause and ask yourself, am I being grounded or am I being clingy or avoiding? This awareness is going to help you so much. It's such a simple thing that people often don't do it because they don't believe the power of it. Don't be that person. And just when you do that, when you notice that you're clinging or avoiding, just go back into your heart and just remember, bring yourself back to that grounded feeling. And this awareness alone will start to transform how you relate to money. Okay. Okay. Right. So that was today's session, which was all about the way you operate in a relationship with money. Okay. Now, if you are starting to feel these shifts, even in these moments, just imagine how much more you can align with money and your relationship with money when we go deeper at my live event, which is called A Day of Money. We're going to be diving deep into the heart of what's blocking you from fully activating your wealth. And I'm going to be there to help guide you through personalized exercises. I'm so excited for this event. It's going to be relatively small. All the VIP tickets have sold. We've got a few general seating tickets, and there is a payment plan available. And I'll even feed you. There's going to be a warm lunch served in this day as well. Now, the last time I ran this, it was incredible. People absolutely loved it. And I tell you what, my knowledge, my skills, my abilities have only increased over the years. So you do not want to miss this. Okay. So I am going to pop the link into the chats for you. I'm just going to type them in. Come and join us. live event. So there is an E missing in this, but it's meant to be missing. I accidentally missed it out. So it's live event with only one E in between it. Let's pop it in the Facebook chat as well. And then .me/live event. Oh, I put two E's in there. Did it again. There you go. So come and join us for that. It is going to be an incredible day. I cannot wait. Oh, I think I just put the wrong, I did put the wrong link in the YouTube. So bear with me. Let's try that again. Seamless as always, right? /live event, live event. I keep wanting to put that extra E in. That looks like it. There we go. Okay. Right, so that is Wealth Activation Week Day 3. Join me tomorrow. We have another deep dive into some really incredible stuff. Like, I'm hoping you're finding this really useful, really interesting. If you want to go deeper, come and join me in the live event, or come and join me in one of my amazing programs. We've got Money Alchemy Academy, which is a 16-week course. We've got Wealthy Within, which is a 6-month healing container, super powerful. Or you can book to do one-to-one with me as well. So just let me know if you're interested in any of those, and I can get that information to you. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed this, and I will see you tomorrow at the same time.